After Leon Rose and Rich Paul met and cleared out the issues that they had, there are a number of Klutch clients now on the table that the New York Knicks could potentially go after. However, Rich Paul made it clear that there is one client, a top client of his, that is off the table and is not going to be traded. And that player is LeBron James. We're going to break down this report, why it matters for the New York Knicks, and how this even became a story in the first place. All of this and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now and make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Rich Paul speaks out and clarifies his top client's trade status. Now, as soon as Leon Rose and Rich Paul had that meeting, cleared out the air, cleared out all the issues that they had, all of the players that potentially were on the table, but you thought maybe they weren't going to be Knicks because of the Klutch and Leon Rose situation, now that situation and obstacle is now gone, removed off the table. All those Klutch clients are now back on the table. They're available, and the Knicks could potentially trade for them. And I guess because of the meeting that Leon Rose and Rich Paul had, which, shout out to my guy Ian Bagley as he reports here, NYK president Leon Rose and Klutch Sports Group founder Rich Paul had a positive meeting in NYC on Friday where what needed to be addressed was addressed. Both sides look forward to what a new relationship can be in the future. Because of this positive meeting between Leon Rose and Rich Paul, all of the clients in Klutch Sports that the Knicks had interest in, they're now all back on the table. You pair that with Stephen A. Smith with ESPN going on First Take and basically begging LeBron James to leave the Lakers and come to the New York Knicks, boom. Now you understand and now you know why this has become a story, and this is why there are reports out there that LeBron James should potentially be traded to the New York Knicks. Now, on top of that, you have LeBron James saying the following when he spoke to the New York Post, Stefan Bondi. New York Knicks fans surely thought about LeBron James playing in the blue and orange at some point during his legendary NBA tenure. And it turns out they weren't the only ones. According to Steph Bondi of the New York Post, he states that LeBron James mentioned the following. "I've thought about it in my career," James told reporters on Saturday when discussing whether he ever considered joining the Knicks. You pair that with LeBron James stating the following about his player option. LeBron James on if he knows what he's going to do regarding his player option with the Lakers for next season. Simply put, no. However, in classic Rich Paul fashion, he spoke out regarding LeBron James and potentially if he could be traded. And this is what Paul had to say. According to Bleacher Report, yet his agent Rich Paul shut down the idea of an immediate move ahead of Thursday's trade deadline when he said, LeBron won't be traded and we are not asking to be, per ESPN's Brian Windhorst. The Knicks are also sitting perfectly fine in position without the king. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Over the course of LeBron James' illustrious, lengthy, long NBA championship-riddled career, I have absolutely thought potentially, what it would be like, what it would look like if LeBron James had the orange and blue on. If he suited up for the Knicks, what he could do for this team. I can't lie. I've definitely had that thought in my mind. You know what? I think a lot of you watching this video right now, and a lot of you maybe who can't even admit it to themselves right now, you had the idea at some point in your life about LeBron James coming to the Knicks. But that was probably like 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, depending on who you are. It was a long time ago. I would say at this point in time, myself and a lot of other Knicks fans included, do not want, do not desire, do not even wish for LeBron James at this stage in his career to be on the New York Knicks. Now, I know he is still great. He is still amazing. I don't know how, but he is still awesome, defying Father Time. However, Father Time is still undefeated. He can do it now. Maybe he can do it for another 5 years. He might have a Tom Brady-like career with the NBA. I'm not saying that's ruled out. However, I don't think that with LeBron James at this stage in his career, the Knicks are going to want to get him on the New York Knicks roster right now. He would still be great. He would still be amazing, but he is aging. He is often injured. And even though he's impacting teams, Look at the Los Angeles Lakers right now. As good as he is, as great as he cannot help everybody on his team get to the level they need to be, matching his level to be a championship team. And if he can't do that for the Lakers, what makes you think he could do that for the New York Knicks? I'm glad Rich Paul stated that LeBron James is not going to be traded and he's not seeking to be traded. I'm glad to hear that. But even besides that, let me make this point very clear, because you heard me say some good things about LeBron James. You heard me say potentially at some point in my life, I wanted LeBron James to be a Knick. But let me clarify something and make it perfectly clear. I do not want LeBron James on this Knicks team right now. I don't want him on this Knicks team at this stage of his career. And I do not want the Knicks, Leon Rose, the front office, to pursue LeBron James and try to trade for him. And I'm very happy he's off the list and his trade status has been clarified by his agent, Rich Paul. Because there are a lot of NBA fans and a lot of Knick fans right now on social media, on other platforms that are openly stating that they want LeBron James, they want the Knicks to trade for LeBron James, and they think if the Knicks got LeBron James, they could win multiple championships for years to come. And some people think it's the best chance for LeBron James to win championships now at this point of his career. I don't understand that particular perspective when you're playing with Anthony Davis, one of the best defensive players on the planet right now. Look at what he's doing for the Lakers when he's on the floor. Blocking how many shots on average? He is dominant. If LeBron James can't get it done with Anthony Davis, you think coming to the New York Knicks would make it any better for him? I don't know how that makes sense. Yes, his individual play has been extraordinary. What about his team play? What about the players around him? Have they benefited? Have they gotten better? Because the one thing about LeBron James that a lot of people always say is that he makes his supporting cast better. And to an extent, I think that's true. But the more he ages, the less impactful he is on that end. And I think we see that with the Lakers at this point in time. D'Lo, he was supposed to be better. He's not. Austin Reeves, very good. He was supposed to be better. Most nights, he's not. Taurean Prince, he was supposed to be better. Some nights, he's not. And again, that's because LeBron James cannot do it all at this point of his career. Begging him to come to the New York Knicks like Stephen A. did is a fool's game. Because if he came to the Knicks, it wouldn't make a difference in my opinion. Because right now, LeBron James in this stage of his career, given the assets we'd have to give up to get him, would not help this team. It would make this team go backward in my opinion. And that's not a knock to LeBron James. It's just stating, Father Time is coming. And if you trade for LeBron James right now, maybe he gives you 1 or 2 good years. And after that, maybe 1 or 2 okay years. And after that, is he still in the league? That's something you have to consider if you're a team looking to trade for LeBron James. But that's not the only thing. Because when you go on social media, sometimes it's a scary place. Shout out to my guys, Big Nick Energy on the app Instagram for posting the following. Now, I don't know where they got this trade. I don't know where they found it. I think a report or a rumor had stated that this was something that Stephen A. Smith was hinting to. Either way, here is one of the trades that were on the table. If the Knicks today wanted to go out and get LeBron James, it would cost you Julius Randle. It would cost you Evan Fournier. It would cost you the Knicks 2024 first round pick. It would cost you the Knicks 2026 first round pick. And it would cost you the 2024 first round pick for the Knicks via the Washington Wizards. No. I'm not doing that trade. Julius Randle is part of that trade. I'm not trading Julius Randle for an aging legendary star in LeBron James. I can acknowledge how good LeBron James is. I can tell you till I'm blue in the face of how many great achievements and accomplishments he's had and done over his career. I can definitely tell you all of that. But I don't need to, because I don't have to tell you all of that and still say this trade makes sense, because it doesn't. It does not make sense to trade a bull, 3-time All-Star Julius Randle. I am not trading Julius Randle in any deal unless it's for a modern day, legit, in his prime superstar, because that's the level of play Julius Randle is giving us right now. And that's why that type of trade makes sense. This type of trade makes no sense. 2 unprotected first round picks, a protected pick, Evan Fournier, salary filler basically that they can waive at the end of the season, and Julius Randle? You want me to give up all of that for an aging LeBron James? Albeit, I will admit, LeBron James is aging gracefully out of the league, but still aging out of the league. You want me to give up all of that for LeBron James? Today? Right now? That doesn't make sense. As we just mentioned, the New York Knicks are one of the hottest teams in the entire league with who they have right now. Why would you make such a major, massive trade for a LeBron James to mess with what the Knicks are building right now? It just doesn't make sense. And I see so many people in the comments, so many people on social media begging me, telling me, trying to convince me why it makes sense for the Knicks to go out and trade for LeBron James right now. Newsflash, it doesn't. It does not make sense for the Knicks to get LeBron James now, in the future, or ever at this point in time. If you could potentially steal, listen to my words here, if you could steal LeBron James and get him on this Knicks team, fine, I'm all for it, because I recognize how good LeBron James is even at this point of his career. But if you can't steal him, which by the way, you can't, then there is no point in even talking about this, entertaining this, or talking about this. LeBron James will not be a New York Knick today, tomorrow, next year, or for the rest of his career. That opportunity has passed him all the way by. It's not happening, and I don't want it to happen. And I think most New York Knicks fans who love the Knicks, want this Knicks team to get a championship, would absolutely agree. So in my opinion, thanks, but no thanks, LeBron. I'm good. Stay with LA, stay with the Lakers, do what you're going to do over there, and let New York, with King Jalen Brunson, do what we're doing, which is cooking the rest of the NBA on a nightly basis. But what about you guys? What do you think about this potential report that Rich Paul has taken LeBron James off of the trade list? And is that good news for the Knicks and other teams around the league? And also let me know what you guys think about this trade, and if it was on the table, would you do it? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans. Peace.